This is Doc.
-10.
Bobby Portis, the Magic Man, arrives just in time.
9.
Matt Jones may take it to the house. And the dunk.
8.
Wilson will keep it. Nobody expected that.
7.
You got to get out of here. Bobby Portis with a go-ahead home run. Oh, my goodness.
6.
And that is Ken Hamlin.
5.
Number 5, you better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
4.
Look at the moves by Wilson. Tough shot.
3.
Hagen Smith has tied the school record with 17 strikeouts.
2.
This is for Armstrong that goes down and makes a nice catch.
1.
Arkansas gets it right back. Council.
Is the Morning Rush.
Welcome in to the Morning Rush here on a Tuesday. That was some of the comments that Tommy made yesterday concerning the schedule. Arkansas has played a number of ranked teams already in SEC play. 3. You played Illinois, you played Baylor, you played Michigan. You're 1-5 in those matchups. You're hoping that Arkansas can, again, get it going tonight against a much lesser opponent like yourself at 0-3 in the SEC standings. One team's going to walk away 1-3. The other team's going to be 0-4. Now, someone brought up on the text line that, well, just 3 years ago, Arkansas went to Baton Rouge. I think they're 1-3 in conference play. Muss had just hurt his shoulder. Trey Wade ran into him and is going through surgery, and Arkansas came out the victors in Baton Rouge. Hopefully that happens tonight inside the Pete Marriage Center. Time I was texting an LSU friend of mine this morning and asked him, I was like, hey, so what's the vibe going to be there tonight? Is there going to be anyone there? He said there's not going to be a soul there later on. So you don't have to worry about a hostile crowd or anything. You just have to worry about being a team you're actually favored against by 2.
Well, I think you're the better team. You just need to go play to that level. And one thing that this team did at parts of the non-conference schedule was played up at times and then also down at times to their competition. They don't have that luxury tonight. Hey, if you're going to watch the game tonight, I know it's a little bit later start, you can see it. You can see it on ESPN, or you can watch it on TV at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Are you done messing with my headphones there? I can't hear now.
You can't hear now?
No. Keep messing with my headphone
Well,
volume.
someone keeps messing with that. Even though, what does that say?
Do not move.
What does that say?
That says do not move.
the headphone knob. Gosh, damn it. I mean, jeez, it's right there. And someone messes with it every single week.
Is that your handwriting?
Insane. Yes.
Well, that explains it. All right, Joe's Grill and Cantina.
Golly.
The place. Here, let me crank that up for you. Does that work better?
No, it's supposed to be at 11 o'clock, and someone moves it to 10 or 9 every week, and I don't know who it is.
It's the deaf person. Hey, Joe's Grill and Cantina.
And mess your individual headphone. That's what this is for.
3400 South 74th Street.
Jamie
Watch party
Christmas.
tonight. Hey, you need some tacos or something, man. You need to calm down over there. Maybe some cheese dip with some of that meat in it. All the appetizers are half price tonight for the game at Joe's Grill. Maybe we just need to get you a beer on tap right now.
Something. A
Calm
dollar
you
Busch
down.
Light.
Get you a Busch Light and some cheese dip. Maybe you'll get back on the right path here. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Every Hog game, half price apps and taps. Don't miss it. Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps. If I talk real soft, does that help?
No, it's just like it says, like there's individual knobs. All right, little backstory. So we have a setup, and when it's set a certain way, that's how it's supposed to sound. If you need to adjust something, you adjust your individual mics. But evidently, no one listens around here, even though there's something clearly that says, do not move the headphone knob. I came in this morning, it was jacked. I don't get it. I'm on a soapbox. I'm mad Arkansas 0-3. Hopefully they're 1-3. After tonight. But that point, so, like, should you be favored tonight? When you saw that, I don't know if you, I was just kind of taken aback when I saw that on social media yesterday that Arkansas is favored in this basketball game.
They're the better team.
You feel that confident about that?
I didn't say they would win. I just said I think Arkansas is the better basketball team.
Just from a talent standpoint and
I think
everything
Arkansas
else?
is definitely the more talented bunch tonight. But that doesn't always mean you're going to win, particularly on the road in the SEC.
Game notes wise, didn't realize this until Mike Haywood sent it out. Due Theroux is actually leading the SEC in field goal percentage right now. He's one of the best in all of college basketball. Boogie, while he hasn't shot the ball well, has actually had a really good turnover assist ratio. He's number one in the all of college basketball freshman with 92 assists, and he's top 15 of all of college basketball in freshmen when it comes to assist to turnover ratio. He's actually number one on the freshman side of things. He's top 15 overall. So while Boogie hasn't necessarily shot the ball in some of these marquee games, he's not made a ton of mistakes, at least turning the ball over, giving mistakes in situations for the other team to capitalize on, which you don't want LSU to take advantage of tonight. LSU, like you said, they're not good. I looked at them a little statistically this morning. They rank like they're the worst in rebounding in the SEC. They're the worst in turnovers in the SEC. They turn the ball over a lot. So maybe that helps your transition game, getting you some easy baskets later on tonight, especially, Tommy, since an offensive team in Arkansas struggled these last two games at home, albeit against much better opponents than they'll face later on in the Pete Maravich Center.
Yep, and we'll see. You can hear the game right here tonight. It's the late start, 8 o'clock. Like we said, watch it at Joe's Grill and Cantina, and we'll have Hog reaction late tonight following the game.
All right, so basketball, we'll get to. We got our Pradco Pyramid of Power that we'll get to later on, but we do have some football news with you Dallas Cowboy fans.
The gigantic story of the day, Dallas has an opening at head coach. I thought it was interesting. Troy said maybe not coveted. We get that it's still Dallas and there's going to be interest. Where are they looking?
Well, it is the Cowboys, and they have spoken with, amongst other candidates, Deion Sanders. There is a mutual interest there. And I go back to about a year and a half ago when I had a former general manager say to me, watch Deion Sanders. There's a real possibility he may be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Well, there is mutual interest. We'll see if that amps up. But the two sides have talked, they have touched base, and we'll see if it goes anywhere.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
I hope this happens. I mean, from an entertainment standpoint, it would be electric. I don't know if it would necessarily lead to a Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe Kellen Moore, Jason Witten, or some other names that end up tossing around or whatever. It sounds like Mike McCarthy's also going to interview with the Bears tomorrow. Tommy, what did you make of that? And did you think this is actually realistic? Because apparently Jerry Jones has spoken with Deion Sanders, according to reports.
You also got to remember the Rooney Rule's in place. So interviewing a minority candidate is a requirement in the NFL. But I think there's a relationship. There's probably some level of mutual interest. But I mean, why would Deion not be the one trying to sell himself? I mean, I don't think Jerry's trying to woo Deion. I think it's the other way around in this case. Jerry's probably got more options than Deion will ever have in the NFL.
Well, you know, it's interesting you bring that up because Troy Aikman, I don't know if you listened to him on Monday Night Football, but he kind of went in on the Cowboys job and basically said, we're going to have the clip cut up in just a minute, but he basically said, I'm paraphrasing, that this job's not as coveted as it once was. And that's because of Jerry Jones and everything else, not because of the winning and everything. So I wonder, like you talk about your pick.
Well, that's been like the last 15 years,
but
right?
you said he'll have his pick. I don't know if he'll have his pick.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. I said Deion Sanders doesn't have his pick. Deion is the one that's got to sell himself on getting that job. So when you look at that particular one or that particular candidate, I think they'll have an interview, but I don't really think Deion Sanders will be the next head coach.
Well, I just wonder for Jerry Jones as he looks and vets all these different coaches, whether it's Sanders, whether it's a current NFL coach or one that just was recently let go or not. It sounds like Tomlin is staying in Pittsburgh, even though they haven't had any playoff success lately. They've won, they just hadn't had any playoff success. I wonder.
Fire him and see how many offers he has the next day.
Well, I would think so. That's like an interest, but they've lost 6 straight playoff games.
Hell,
it's like that's the thing. Like they've won. He's never, I think, 16, 17, 19 season. Excuse me.
Yeah.
He's returning for his 19th season, but they haven't won a playoff game, Tommy, in 6 straight tries.
Yeah,
so there's that's the definition of media. But I'm asked, what if you're a Pittsburgh fan, are you happy about that?
I think half the league would line up to hire him.
I agree wholeheartedly, but at the same time, I think Pittsburgh Steelers fans are a little frustrated because they feel like they're stuck in neutral. While they're not going in reverse, they're not going forward either. And so this job with Dallas is going to be interesting to see what route he tries and goes with. Will he go
I hear what you're saying, but think about what you also just said. They've lost 6 straight seasons in lost a playoff game 6 straight years in a row in the wild card. Is that what you just said?
I don't know if it's been a wild card every year, but they've lost 6 straight playoff games.
Mm-hmm. The Cowboys haven't lost 6 straight. Now, they may be consecutive, but not 6 straight seasons. Do what? Let me turn that. Do what?
They've lost 6 straight to the Packers. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Lambeau South. So how this NFL stuff shakes out again? Mike McCarthy he's not going to get his contract renewed. So that's what, the 4th NFL coach. His is not a firing. They just didn't progress on his contract or anything. But
they just didn't renew it.
No,
I mean, they just parted. I guess you would say mutually parted ways.
Yeah,
you don't really know because you weren't in on the conversations between the two, but. Yeah, that's the one unusual thing about the one thing that compared to college football you're not used to. Coaches are always on a 5-year revolving deal or whatever in college. I'll be interested to see if that changes in the NIL world. But, you let contracts kind of run their course in the pros, and, it was just non-renewed.
Yeah, it was worded as this, I think, on ESPN. The sides couldn't agree on length of contract, and McCarthy will pursue other opportunities. He leaves Dallas with a winning record and 3 straight playoff appearances. And again, maybe Chicago is his next destination. I know we'll have more thoughts on Deion Sanders, more thoughts on what's going on in the NFL this weekend. We'll get into that coming up. That is your opening drive here this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Ethan, Emily, their entire team can help you out with that process. First time refinancing, whatever you're doing. He came recommended to me by a friend. And I'm so glad that I followed through and went with Ethan in my mortgage experience. He's worked over 10 years. I know he was there bright and early Monday morning at 6:57 because he's ready to get to work every single week. Over 300 5-star reviews on Google. Give him a call at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. Tom, before you came on, Slade and I were talking. Slade standing in here for his dad, Bruce, for one more week about our Packers. Didn't look good this weekend. Love threw a couple picks. Offense just was sputtering with the exceptions of Josh Jacob runs. Philly advances, and now we're sitting here. I mean, do you have anyone that you're actively cheering for? Is it okay for me to cheer for Detroit, even though they're arch rival in the division, but I love Dan Campbell. There's 3 Razorbacks.
I can't do it.
You can't do it?
I can't root for the Lions.
You're happy the Vikings lost last night.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, Darnold showing his true colors, looking like a Jets player right there. But yeah, I'm rooting for Washington all the way. I think it's really cool to see how Jaden Daniels has impacted this team, and Dan Quinn has done a great job coaching. Bobby Wagner's a dog on defense. Like, that team is super fun.
Did you watch that game with your dad Sunday night?
I did.
Okay.
And
did he make it through the whole thing?
Barely.
Barely.
He was
one eye open.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. He was standing up, like he had to shut his eyes watching that kick go through, and he heard the doink on the side goalpost, and it went in. Still, he fell to his knees. He's like, "Oh, thank God."
Just fell. Sometimes the luck is just going your way. It feels like it's been that way for the Washington Commanders this season. All right, we mentioned Arkansas and LSU tonight. There's 3 top 25 matchups tonight in the SEC. So we'll see how the Pradco Pyramid of Power shifts next week. Tonight, outside of Arkansas and LSU, you've got Ole Miss at Alabama, Mississippi State at Auburn, Texas A&M at Kentucky, and the other non-ranked matchup is Missouri at Florida. So for now, we get into our Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Who are the best basketball teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Man, it's hard to separate some of these teams near the top. There's 3 3-0 teams, as you just said, Ty, but I don't think one of them belongs with the other 2, at least not yet. We'll start with Alabama. I've got them at the top at 3-0. I think they've played after their opener where they sputtered a little bit. They've been very impressive the rest of the way. They take on, as you said, Ole Miss tonight. It's interesting. Most of the Pradco Pyramid of Power, those teams are in action tonight. Most are at home. I got Alabama number 1, Slate.
I still got Auburn at number 1. Okay. They obviously struggled at South Carolina, and the Janai Broom injury is a cause for concern.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they still got one of the better coaches of the SEC, and their roster is still stacked. I think they still got a shot at number 1.
Don't disagree with anything you said. The Broom injury does give you some concern. I don't know if I'd downgrade him for that, but I do have Auburn at number 2, 3-0, and that's going to be a tough game even at home against Mississippi State. So I got Alabama 1, Auburn 2. You had Auburn 1. Do you have Bama 2?
I do have Bama at 2.
Okay, so we flip-flop.
Yeah. It's weird. Auburn kind of struggled with South Carolina, but Bama had a 20-point win on them. Then they had a 6-point win on A&M. Sears looks really good scoring-wise. I'm excited to see what this team does.
Yeah. Wanted to put Florida at 3, but I just couldn't do it, so I went with Kentucky. They have the head-to-head edge there with that win 106-100 10 days ago or so. Kentucky's got A&M. I don't even know you'd call it upset alert. I mean, those are two really good, top-quality teams. I got Kentucky at number 3.
I'm still got faith in Tennessee. I have them at number 3.
All right.
They've looked rough, but yeah.
All right. I've got Florida at number 4. After beating the Razorbacks, looking really good through their first 3 games, I got Florida at number 4. They take on Missouri. Florida's 2-1 of the SEC.
I've got Kentucky at number 4.
Okay. I've got Tennessee at 5. So I think we kind of got them in this all grouped there together, just in different order. Tennessee's got Georgia. Obviously, after winning against Arkansas the way they did and then getting spanked in the game, I downgraded Tennessee following that loss after the Arkansas game. So I got Tennessee at number 5.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I got Florida at number 5. The loss to Kentucky doesn't look bad, and they've looked good ever since, but I still think the 4 teams above them are better.
I struggled with number 6. I think A&M belongs in there, but Ole Miss is 3-0. Basically, it's a coin flip. I've got Ole Miss at 3-0. They take on Alabama. They'll earn their way in with a win tonight. A&M probably belongs in there to a degree. So, but I'm going to give Ole Miss the nod. Ole Miss at 3-0 after beating the Razorbacks is my final team in the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
I'm going to go with the team that is ranked for the first time on the AP poll since 2011, Georgia Bulldogs.
There you go.
Just beat Oklahoma and Kentucky. Only losses to Marquette and Ole Miss so far overall. They're looking hot.
Hogs get them next Wednesday inside of Bud Walton Arena. I think, Tommy, I have your number 1. I like that just because Janai Broom's out. I would have Auburn at 1 if not for his injury. I just think they're going to have a tougher time from here on out until that ankle looks good. But you guys basically just mixed and matched with the exception of Ole Miss and UGA at the bottom.
Georgia. He had Georgia. Yeah. Does A&M belong in there?
Well, A&M lost. It doesn't have Wade Taylor tonight. I don't see how they beat Kentucky later on. If they once they get him back, they belong in the top 6 probably. But without him, that's not the same basketball team. Kind of like Auburn. When you don't have your best player, it's just you're not the same. So I would keep them out like you did.
Okay. So Alabama, Auburn, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, our top 6 this week in the Pradco Pyramid of Power. This is fun. I mean, that's the thing. Watching SEC basketball has become appointment TV, much like Saturdays in the fall, because every game is so competitive right now.
Yep, paramount.
Bloodthirsty conference right now.
Yeah, it sure is.
I mean, you just said, like you said, we have 3 ranked matchups tonight, and Arkansas is not included in that list. Honestly, Arkansas is probably the least entertaining. If you look across the board with the rest of the games, you got 2-0-3 teams versus 3 ranked matchups, and then Missouri at Florida. And I think Missouri's either won 1 or 2 conference games, so that's just more appealing to the average viewer. Not that Cal isn't attractive just to people want to see him lose, but you hope they can get back on track. And I'm curious, like when this thing shakes out, Tommy, we asked ourselves about it a couple weeks ago before conference play began. What is that final number? You've got 3-0 teams right now. What is that final number that has a conference champion? I don't even know if someone will outright clinch. We might have tiebreaker scenarios and everything else, just because of how everything's going to play out here in the next few months.
I'm just interested of the 3 teams left, Ole Miss, Alabama, Auburn, and obviously tonight somebody's O is going to go between Ole Miss and Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, Ole Miss and Bama, rather. Does Auburn carry this thing out to 5-0, 6-0? Can Bama win tonight and carry? I mean, how far can an undefeated team go in this league? Because we've already seen Kentucky and Florida and Tennessee, all really good teams with a loss. So I'm very interested in seeing who wins tonight between Ole Miss and Alabama. You'd obviously give the edge to Bama, but that's the thing. Nothing is certain in this league right now.
two teams or one team is going to get bounced, either Ole Miss or Alabama. I think Alabama takes it because they're at home. I think Mississippi State barely lost to Kentucky. I think Mississippi State goes to Auburn first game without Janai Broome, and they get that win tonight. So I'm going to say there's only one undefeated team remaining with Alabama following tonight's action.
Not a bad pick. All right, the Pradco Pyramid of Power. Is your dad going stir crazy with all this cold weather and snow and not being able to fish?
You know, he told me 2 days ago, he's like, hey, son, I'm going to be in Canada. You're on your own for dinner Monday. It's like, I bet he's going fishing.
So he went from cold to colder. Yeah.
What part of Canada is he in?
Like upper Minnesota.
Okay.
He's got a friend out there that's got a nice private area he can go ice fishing at.
So he's in heaven right now.
Oh, 100%.
And he didn't want to bring you along as part of the internship?
Well, I got to work on spreadsheets and do inventory. So.
Yeah. Lurenet.com. Free shipping with, $35 orders. You get the free shipping at lurenet.com. And there's online specials exclusive there on the website.
Yes, sir. We got brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, Bomber. I would know because I've literally seen every single lure we got on the site this past week doing inventory. But yeah, all U.S. orders over $35 is free shipping. And, we have exclusive colors and baits models on the website. So go check it out, lurenet.com. It's got all your needs for fishing.
What do they call it? 100-mile-an-hour suits that the anglers wear when they're in this kind of weather. I mean, can you imagine going in a boat 40, 50, 60 miles an hour across the water right now? Woo.
Oh man, I've lost a couple hats doing that.
Yeah,
I can tell you what. And before I go, I got to shout out Isaiah Joe, my boy on the Thunder. 31 points at Madison Square Garden. Huge night, dropping 8 3-pointers, tying the Thunder record.
He was banging threes left and right. That was, and the fact that he did it in the best arena in all of all arenas in the country was pretty cool. And he only did it, Tommy, you mentioned he only did it in 30 minutes. He didn't play a lot. And just as soon as, that's the thing about that team is they just feed whoever's hot. And Shea and the rest of the guys, if some guys hit a couple of shots, they'll just keep feeding them. And it was Isaiah's night the other night, which was awesome.
Are you back next week or is Pops back in?
I think my old man is coming back next week. So,
right, man. Well, you have admirably filled in the last few weeks. So.
I appreciate it. It's been a fun couple of weeks.
I bet we'll see you again. All right, man. Take care and stay warm out there.
Thank you, Tommy.
All right, the Pradco Pyramid of Power. Check out lurenet.com. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, it's delivered to you by Taco Bell, where you can satisfy your daytime cravings with the Cantina Chicken Menu. Find that online today. Be sure to get the Hit That Line Now app delivered by Taco Bell.
You want to?
Oh.
Here we go. I have to play that every time. All right, coming up here, Hog Update. We're going to hear from Coach McMahon about this Arkansas basketball team, his thoughts on what he has to face tonight in the Pete Maravich Center, some softball news for Courtney Deifel's squad, and some baseball news where Dave Van Horn's teams are preseason ranked. All that is coming up here on a Tuesday.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Hi, you're one of the best up-and-coming young talents in the broadcasting industry. You really do your homework.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback tthan us.
Go Hogs.
It involves language whatsoever. But I will ask you this morning.
This is the Morning Rush.
Join the ESPN Arkansas crew Thursday, January the 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pensacola. This February and March, Choctaw Casino is giving away 2 brand new cars and over $100,000 in cash. Don't miss Chef Rocco DeSpirito February the 7th and 8th at the next Celebrity Chef Takeover. There's entertainment for everyone at Center Stage. Join us this Thursday, January 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pensacola, just 15 minutes south of Fort. This is how Pensacola plays.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Are you ready to work for one of the area's premier companies? If so, Forsgren wants to offer you a rewarding new career. Forsgren has been building the foundation of the River Valley for over 80 years. Forsgren is recruiting for experienced concrete finishers, equipment operators, truck drivers, and laborers. Forsgren is a destination point for men and women with a drive toward excellence. Join the Forsgren legacy. Apply now on any device, anywhere at goforsgren.com. That's goforsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know, or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
They're explosive offensively. One of the most entertaining games I saw in the non-conference was their win over Michigan in the Jimmy V Classic. And they can score in a hurry. Wagner, Fland that we talk about that can really go with their speed and quickness. in the backcourt. And then Thero, his emergence, he's a guy we've watched at Kentucky over the years, and he just has gotten better each and every season. So I expect it to be another physical game. I think it will be every night out in this league.
Maybe they will explode tonight. You heard the voice of LSU head basketball coach Matt McMahon on his radio show talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks, gave a lot of credit to Adu Thero, who leads the SEC in field goal percentage this season. It's been really, really good in that area. Hopefully Arkansas gets some more production from other guys tonight, whether it's Boogie Flan, DJ Wagner. I know people have been wondering about John L. Davis as well. Tommy, later on, 8 o'clock, ESPNU is the game later on tonight.
Yep, and
two. Sorry.
Two, yeah. The other thing with, this is both 0-3 teams. Someone's going to get a much-needed shot in the arm. You hope it's the Razorbacks. You like the schedule this week. You played some really tough teams at the beginning onset of your conference slate. Now you got a chance to kind of get healthy. You got to win these two games. It's a must-win week.
Yep, they're 0-3. Let me correct myself for a third time. SEC Network is the game tonight, and we'll have of course, right here, Chuck and Z courtside at 7:30. Last night, you had two Razorbacks going at one another. Dwight McLaughlin for the Minnesota Vikings, Bo Limmer for the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams prevailed. Not just prevailed, they just kicked the absolute you-know-what out of the Vikings last night, 27-9. That was not the outcome that I expected. Minnesota, again's been strong all season. Did not go well for Sam Darnold and company in that game last night.
Yeah, and on we go. I mean, and for a team that couldn't play in their home stadium due to the disasters and the fires in California, they responded well, and I was impressed with the crowd there. All considered.
Glendale is not that far from Los Angeles. I know it's still, again, it's not in their home stadium. It's not SoFi. It's the other one. I'm forgetting what it is, but that is a situation where the Rams, I guess they've seems like they played really inspired last night's game, and give credit to them for that. Softball checks in at number 13 in the American preseason top 25 poll in Softball America, and then baseball checks in at number 5 in the D1 baseball poll. I think we're, I heard Phil say it yesterday, I think we're now 31 days out. By the way, it's Phil Elson's birthday. Make sure you wish him a happy birthday today. I think we're 31 days out from opening day of Arkansas baseball, middle of February, Tommy.
I hope this weather pattern changes, or they're going to miss some days. It's just miserably cold to play in. I can't imagine they would be able to get on the field in anything close to these conditions.
It is cold. By the way, Arkansas did get another addition at the football team. Jeremiah Beck, who's a JUCO tight end. Sounds like he's a preferred walk-on. 37 catches, 4 touchdowns in 11 games last season. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You have to put up with Benny Malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, the snow is still on the ground here across Arkansas. It's not as, again, difficult to deal with now that a good chunk of it's melted. Hopefully, some of you got a chance to have some fun with the kiddos or different activities, whatever the case may be. Did you end up building a snowman or anything?
No.
For the kiddos? Did y'all do any sledding or anything?
They went out and played in it. Okay. No, I don't have a sled.
Okay.
I need to buy one. When I see one like in the summer on sale at the hardware store, just buy the thing.
Clay was making fun of us if you had a sled, unless you actually, concocted one or made one your own, which was kind of funny. Well, I know our friend David Rath with Rath Mitsubishi. He went out with his kiddos and played. How was this little short break with the kiddos, David?
Yeah, it was good, man. I mean, the car guy in me and everything, it hurts my feelings having to be closed and whatever, kind of having to take a day off. It's good and bad, but me and the kids had a really good time with it. They get super excited anytime there's enough snow on the ground to play around, build a snowman, all that good stuff. Didn't get a sled. I totally should have prepared for that too.
Well,
I was thinking about that while we were in the truck heading home. I was like, man, we could hit that hill if I had the right stuff.
Now you guys know for next time. You mentioned your truck, David. I know like this time of year people think about 4-wheel drive vehicles, family vehicles when they're trying to travel and whatnot. You guys have all that covered at Rath Mitsubishi.
Yeah, we really do. I mean, from the new car side and the used car side, I mean, we keep a good selection of 4-wheel drive pickups, SUVs, all that kind of stuff on our Road Ready certified end. So we get you taken care of there, kind of whatever you're looking for. And we got both lots, of course. We got the store here and the one in Fort Smith we can pull from. And then on the new car end, Mitsubishi's super all-wheel control, they spent years and years doing rally racing and big events and stuff like that kind of influenced their development of all of that. That's going to get you where you need to go, man. I mean, I've got friends that have bought Super All-Wheel Control Outlanders, and they weren't stuck, man. They were able to get out and do whatever they needed to do during all that weather.
Well, I'm glad they were able to do that. Again, that was not the case for me and some others across the state. So if you're in that market, David's the guy to come see at Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And you can see his dad at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith. All right, David. Have a good rest of your week, brother.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, guys.
All right. Now, I kind of want to go sled shopping with you because I don't have one either. I want to take advantage.
Where
I
would
feel
you,
like
a hardware store, where would you go to get a sled or
it's
something?
a great question. Maybe that's why I wasn't.
I mean, there's not a sled store.
Yeah, well, I would think Walmart or hardware is probably the place you have it.
Probably so.
Can you hear me with that plane flying?
Yeah, I can. All right, more to get to here on the Morning Rush. We're brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is the number. They're out giving you custom quotes right now for your fence installation, residential, commercial installation. They do big jobs and small jobs alike. 782-3936. That's who I call the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
This is former Arkansas quarterback Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert. And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baumwalker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Kick it out. Feed it to Thero, and he drives the lane for a two-hand slam.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball to NHL and UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
With the new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, $7 goes a long way. A cheesy gordita crunch stacked with layers of luxury. A Doritos Locos Tacos, extravagantly crispy. A beefy 5-layer burrito overflowing with cheesy indulgence. It's all you want and more. For less. The new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's Lux for less.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting.
Ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question. Ty, you'll like this one. What's the starting lineup tonight for the Razorbacks against LSU? Because Coach Cal's talked about playing with it, maybe going a little bit bigger and starting two bigs inside. Do we see that tonight for the Razorbacks? In the last game against Florida, it was Adu Thiero, Jonas Adu, Carter Knox, Boogie Flam, and DJ Wagner. Will there be a difference in tonight's starting lineup for the Razorbacks?
Yeah, and I think they go Jonas, Trev, Adu, DJ, and Boogie. That's different than last time, right? Or it's not?
No, because Trevin Brazil did not start.
Yeah, that's why I think Trevin played, I think, pretty solid last game. He's talked about, like you said, going bigger. So I think that's the starting lineup that we see later on tonight.
John L. Davis, 0 for 8 last time, 0 for 5 from behind the three-point line after having a good start in the previous game against Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you put him in the lineup after a performance like that unless he's had some really good practice work.
Yeah, maybe just to get him some confidence. That's if this progresses, this will be one of the more peculiar things that happen, because if you watched him at FAU, and it's not like those looks against Florida were open. I don't know what the deal is there. I hope it changes because they need him. If Arkansas is going to take that next step and actually be a relevant NCAA tournament team, he's got to be what they recruited him to be, which is a spot-up shooter and lethal at times. You've seen glimpses here and there. It just hasn't been as consistent. But maybe you do throw him in the lineup to just give him some confidence, like, hey, we believe in you. This is why you're starting tonight. Maybe it's not warranted, but maybe he's killing in practice and it just hadn't got on the games. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I wish this is one of those things where you wish you could see practice and see what it actually looks like, because we have our thoughts based on what we see in the game, and obviously that's the most important, but evidently coaches see certain things in practice that give them belief that these guys can get out of this rut, which Matt and Fayetteville texted in and called it a little bit.
All right, so I think Adu Thiero, Jonas Adu, Trevin Brazil will start. I think Knox comes out of the lineup. Boogie Flan, and either Wagner or maybe you give John L. Davis a chance to start. Do what?
I thought you might have said to give Billy Richmond in there because what the team needs is a little bit of energy. And going on the road, every time that Billy Richmond comes in, he's just a massive spurt. Now, you still need to find a way to get the buckets, and Billy hasn't shown a way that he's, been able to convert offensively. But every time he's out there, he's a hustler, he's a rebounder, which you can't have too many of those. And I like his energy out there. You never know what he could bring to the table for your team.
Should Big Z be in the lineup? Is he healthy enough to be in the lineup?
Best shooter.
Maybe that's what he's talking about, going big, yeah. So, all right, rattle up your starting five one more time. You said take Carter Knox out.
I don't like his handles. He loses the ball too much. So, Thiero Adu, Trevin Brazil, Boogie Flan, and I can get on board with Billy Richmond. Either Billy Richmond or
that's a
John
massive
L.
line.
Billy Richmond is tall. He's like 6'6".
Yeah,
That's a long lineup.
You would have
he only
Boogie
played 4
at
minutes against Florida.
6 feet, 6'1", and then the rest of your guys are 6'6" or above because Billy's, like you said, 6'6". Adu is 6'8", 6'9". Trev 6'9", 6'10", and then Jonas and that setup would
see
be,
how it works.
Mm-hmm. You got to figure out something, and hopefully they don't just do the same old thing tonight. Billy, you're not the only one to think that about Billy Richmond. Cole, we've got a couple texts, especially in some calls and text on Hog Reaction, that again he's not exactly the most polished player, but hustle is definitely something he brings to the table. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Number one indoor destination for golf in Arkansas is Cart Pass Social. 2 Rogers guys own it. Nate Garahan and Christian Olsen. So if you're looking for something to do, I know the snow has subsided a little bit, but it's still too cold to go outside and play golf. Well, you can go inside and play golf at Cart Pass Social. Over 500 courses to choose from. Men's League, hole-in-one contest. They've got watch parties, birthday parties, corporate events. You can do it all at Cart Pass Social, and it's BYOB. Bring your own food, bring your own drinks. You can do it all at Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. That's cartpasssocial.com. So fill in the blank for me. Arkansas basketball is what? 877-377-6963. I'm not asking for one word. You don't have to narrow it down to that. But Arkansas basketball is what?
In a bind.
In a bind. I like that.
I don't think their backs are to the wall. Season's not defined, but you're 0-3. You're in a bind right now. You need to work your way out of this kink and get 2 wins this week and be back in the conversation. Right now, and it's early. It's an 18-game marathon, but you're 0-3. You're in a bind right now. So, you're playing an 18-hole match against somebody and you've lost 3 of the first 5 holes. You're in a bind. You got to make some things happen.
In a bind. Out of sorts. Like there's all these different phrases and words we can use. Matt Fabel texted in, good morning, Ty and Tommy, saying that we're in a rut, something's just not working, barely making it to 60 points, couldn't buy a bucket on Saturday. The word he would use for another team he watched later on is cohesive. He feels like cohesiveness needs to happen with this basketball team. Aaron in Springdale texting in says you have to start DJ Wagner. He feels like you have to have them in tonight. Tyler Greenwood, not confident tonight's game. He doesn't feel like that they're going to be able to get it done. Arkansas is a road favorite, a 2-point favorite on the Bet-Sarah Snap on the road against LSU. Again, LSU, like yourself, is 0-3. This is not a Dale Brown, Shaquille O'Neal, Tyrus Thomas, all these different LSU, Pete Maravich. They don't have anyone on the roster that just absolutely scares the bejesus out of you. But it's still a game that, again, you don't feel entirely confident about because of how your team's performed. If they play defense like they have the last 2 games and get any more offense, they'll win tonight. But if they play the same defense and similar offense, Tommy, they'll probably lose just because they haven't been able to do anything from an offensive standpoint that makes you go, wow, this team is capable. Like we heard Matt McMahon talking about their explosive potential. They haven't shown any of that in SEC play. Frankly, they haven't showed any of that since the Michigan game against a marquee opponent.
They still determine the winner based on points. So, getting the ball in the hole is pretty important to the process. But one thing they've done is you got to quit allowing your opponent extra possessions. We know how they were dominated by Tennessee on the offensive glass. Second chance points can't be the story tonight either. So, got to shore that up. Again, not at home. One way to quieten the crowd. We talk about how to jack up the crowd at Bud Walton. get those transition points. They did a little better job of it last weekend in the loss at moments because there were loud moments at Bud Walton. Get you some of them transition points, fast break points, and whatever crowd is there tonight at Pete Maravich, hush them up.
I would be shocked. I mean, do you think there's going to be anyone with an 0-3 team? LSU, again, it's already a football.
Well, when you say
base.
nobody, there's going to be people there. You know, is it 5,000, 6,000? I don't know. People are going to be there. Yeah.
I'm based on what the actual allotment of tickets and how many paid.
It's not going to be a full house.
No. Not at all. I wouldn't think. Now, the question I have,
it's going to be a advantageous road environment tonight for the Razorbacks.
Another text in this from the 501, I should say. The Razorbacks are a mystery and we're weak. The mystery, I don't know if I'm going to go to the second part just yet, but the mystery I think is very spot on based on the fact that you seemingly spent a ton of money on this roster. You spent a ton of money on the coach, and the results haven't come in. Now, we played a clip at our open this morning talking about the ranked teams that you played. That excuse goes out the window the next 2 games at least. Now, then Georgia's now ranked inside the top 25, and I think Oklahoma's still ranked. I got to double check on that. But you've got 2 ranked opponents, I think, next week. But this week you don't have, while you are on the road, it's not like you're playing these just perennial powerhouses in Columbia and Baton Rouge.
So I'm saying you're in a bind, and you go lose these 2 this week, and now your back's to the wall, and you're in a much different conversation. You're probably alone at 0-5. Maybe one other team's down there with you, but it's a big week. And if you can't beat these 2, you start to wonder, is a tournament, is being in the postseason and being in the NCAA tournament really in the cards for this team? And then you start the other conversations of all the money you just spent, and everything you've talked about, and all the reports of more money than anybody else in NIL spent on this team. Why is this the result? So this is a big week to just quieten all those kind of conversations from ever getting started.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask this. I got a text yesterday from a listener, a 42-year-old Hog fan, so kind of in between me and you, saying that they're not appointment TV for me anymore. Now, that changes if they win tonight. I think people will tune in on Saturday. But, I mean, if you've gotten texts that people have been like, until they start winning again, I'm not turning them back on.
Not a real fan then, are you?
You don't think so?
I mean, I'm not missing them.
Me and you and Colton aren't, but I'm asking outside
I
people
I don't have anyone in my circle that says they're not watching anymore.
Okay.
I can see why they would, though, because you have a coach that everybody whose name just comes with basketball, and it's in the annals of basketball history, and he's not leavened up to expectations yet. My word for what they've done, the Arkansas Razorbacks basketball, is they've underachieved. They have a lot of this expectation, a lot of this pressure, high-profile transfers. They have to face the fact that they haven't played up to par yet and get to that point. So I can see why a fan would say that. They are supposed to be a lot better than this, and they haven't been. So why would you turn the TV on? I get it.
Expectations based on what?
The all-SEC players that they brought in, one of the highest-ranked portal classes by every single major outlet, one of the best basketball coaches of acquiring talent and bringing a brand to you. That's a lot of expectation. Even
It's
Jonas
all based
Adu
on
said
Cal. It's all based on John Calipari.
And the players.
Well, but Calipari's a lot of it, and I think some of it's undue. But listen, I have no problem with heaping that on a team that if we're told and beat over the head every day as fans, hey, you need to give money to the collective, you need to give money to the Edge Fund, you need to give money, and then when you're done, give a little bit more money, because that's the only way we can be competitive. Well, apparently they got the right thick enough pocketbooks to give them the money. No one's refuting the idea they're spending more, so you can't tell us on one hand that, hey, this is the key to the kingdom. Then you have the key to the kingdom and you don't live up to it. So I have no problem with the expectation.
So if it's like you giving money to your financial advisor and then him coming back a few months later after you gave a significant sum and could stack him up versus anyone else, and him come back, it's like, yeah, it didn't work out.
Where much is given, much is expected. And a lot has been given. So I have no problem with those that have expectations. I think we're trying to come to a result when we're 3 games in. There's 18 to play total. You got 15 more. Let's not be casting final conclusions at this point. Hey, you're going to be headed up next week. Got the game on. Let's see. It's Wednesday night, Georgia, Saturday, OU.
Correct.
Late game on Wednesday. Might need a room after the game. Call our friends at the Inn at the Mill. They can get you a comfortable room, oversized suites, great breakfast to start the day. the following morning. Conveniently located just off the Johnson exit 69, close to everything in Northwest Arkansas. 479-443-1800 is the number. 443-1800 or go online to inatthemill.com.
This losing streak is not deterring Aaron in Springdale. He said he'd watch any of the three major sports in place of his child's birth. More of the Morning Rush when we return.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermal socks, and gloves for kids up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3.
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, it's going to be beautiful with lots of sunshine. A high this afternoon approaching 50 degrees. We will see an increase in the cloud cover tonight and overnight low in the low to mid 20s. Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, low to mid 40s, and we should be in the low 50s by Thursday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
I think also with 0-3, you got your butt kicked against Tennessee, but at least put your gloves up and fought against Ole Miss and Florida. Were competitive. You know, that didn't get you a win. You're still 0-3, but I think we also got to pump the brakes a little bit and realize who you've played to this point.
This is the Morning Rush.
All right, basketball's been pretty heavy in the first hour. I want to step aside from that for just a sec and talk maybe an NFL change.
What time is it? Showtime, prime time. Prime time. Obviously, prime time. That's prime. Of course, prime time. Prime time. Prime time. Deion Sanders.
Could you actually see that playing out in Dallas, Texas, in Jerry World, where Deion Sanders, primetime, is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? Evidently, Jerry Jones had a conversation with him recently about that job. Mike McCarthy no longer going to be the Dallas Cowboys head coach. They couldn't agree on an extension. Now we'll have to wait and see what becomes of the newest head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll see if they can end that Super Bowl drought since 1996, Tommy.
Brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands, the best prices, and maybe the time we've had at home and the cold weather's made you start thinking about all the fun places you want to go this spring and summer. Wheels RV can help you do that. They can put you there in style with a Grand Design, a Forest River, or a Brinkley RV that has all the latest innovations and all the luxuries you're looking for. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Tom Murphy coming up. First, we got Ryan, who's in Hot Springs this morning. Ryan, what's the weather like? Is the snow off the ground, off the roads and everything, or you still got some everywhere?
It's everywhere. So the main roads are good. It's side roads and neighborhoods are still covered.
Are they back in school down there? I know they were still out yesterday when a lot of the western side of the state was back in.
So it's kind of hit or miss. Like my wife, today was her first day back teaching at Malvern, and she was not excited about it. So
she'll be really excited about June 3rd when she's still doing it, because of all these days they've missed.
We've had our daughter with the flu, so her fever finally broke last night. So in fact, as soon as I get off the phone here, I'm taking her to the doctor. She still got some congestion.
Wait. You're talking to us instead of taking her to the doctor?
Well, we still got to wait a few minutes.
All right.
We still got a little. Anyway.
Take care of that girl.
Yep. No kidding. But she is doing better, though. So her fever, like I said, her fever broke last night. We're just worried about the congestion now turning into pneumonia. But the reason why I called is until they start winning and kind of showing that I've got to disagree with you, Tommy, about them not being appointment TV because, I'll say this, and this is the best way I can say this is, there are a few of us that were kind of worried about this hire when the hire was made. For me, this would be the same thing as there's no comparison. I got it. If they'd have hired Malzahn in football for some of this fan base, that's how I feel about this hire.
Make that connection for me, Ryan. I need to see the parallel.
If they'd have hired Malzahn in football, there was a bunch of people in this fan base that would not have been happy about it. Now, I'm not saying it's the exact same. I'm just saying that's the only way I know how to relay. That's how I felt about the hire when it was made. Does that make sense?
So you just felt like that the fan base would have reacted a certain way. That's the comparison you're making.
No. What I'm saying is, me personally, I did not like the hire and how the fan base would have felt if they'd have hired Malzahn in football. That's how I feel about hiring Cal. Does that make sense?
No, but I'll let you continue.
Oh, I don't know. Some of the stuff that he's done since he left Kentucky to what he's done now with the injuries that he went through last year, and then you turn around and you only fill out a roster to 9 players or 9 starting. I didn't really like that, and I feel like some of that is kind of some of the development that this team has. I felt has hurt us and possibly even delayed this team.
Mm-hmm.
They start winning, maybe I'll get back on, maybe start watching a little bit, but I don't have much hope in it, I guess. And I'm one of the most optimistic callers y'all got.
So if I said you were a fair weather fan, would that be fair?
No, because some of the calls that I've had on this say otherwise, Tommy.
Okay. I don't think he's I don't think Ryan is a.
But if you're only going to watch Ryan when they win, and you don't want to watch him when they lose, tell me how that's not.
Because if it was any other coach, that wouldn't be the case. If that makes sense.
There's only
if it was any other first year coach, I would be right in there watching. I'd be rooting for the growth. It's because it's Cal, and like I said, one of my favorite moments in Razorback basketball, or at least picture wise, is whenever Van Horn was screaming and cussing at Cal. I just like, man, that's awesome. Like that's how much I dislike that guy.
Yeah, it'd have been better if they'd have won that day.
Well, you ain't lying. I don't know. I dislike the guy, and like I said, I will never ever root against my Hogs, but I'm also showing me something.
Here's what I'll say about that, Ryan. Appreciate the call. You're not the only one that feels that way about John Calipari, but that feeling will subside immediately if this guy rips off like 6 in the next 7, and they go to March and make it to his second weekend, or they make it to San Antonio, Texas. Like there are some people. Like we've taken a call or text on the show. It's like I still don't like Cal, even though he's our head coach. Like that, I understand if you don't agree with the hire necessarily. I mean, for me, like since the era has changed, Cal has not had postseason success. He has one NCAA tournament win in 4 years. He tried something new this year, and I'll give him credit for trying. It didn't work. It's not going to happen this next year from here on out. He tried the 9-man roster. To this point, it's not worked. It's hurt them more than it's helped them. I don't think that's going to happen from here on out, that he's going to do that from here. But, like, I don't know, like, you having a vendetta, not just you, but anyone else that has a vendetta for his days in Memphis or his days at Kentucky, and you can't get over or get on the idea that he's Arkansas's head coach now, I can't get on board with that at all. Like, now, if there isn't success that accompanies these next couple years, you can feel however you want because you didn't pay all this money for players and coaches for a team that wasn't going to make the NCAA tournament. And the excuse that, he's in year 1 and he should be given a little slack doesn't hold up because Pope's kicking ass at Kentucky right now with a completely different roster, just like Cal has. So you can't use that excuse for John Calipari when Pope is doing wonders in Lexington right now. Let's talk to our friend Tom Murphy here on a Tuesday. We do this every single week.
I've got a lot of cereal on hand and milk. I'm a huge milk drinker, lactose-free milk. And, well, you know what? I might have to go get me some yogurt today, y'all, because I do like that. And then, lunch meats and wraps. I'm big on those things.
Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
What a transition.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Cal, the milk. Good job, Colton. Tom Murphy joins us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, I'm not going to lie, when we asked you about snow day food, that is not what I expected out of your mouth, yet it was hysterical. Welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Can we talk about the intros, y'all? Come on, man. I I don't know. I eat a lot of different stuff. I'll have some soups here pretty soon too. So and chili.
And
chili
chili.
if I can make it.
Tommy made some good gumbo the other day. It got eaten pretty. It got eaten pretty quick. Are you gonna make chili this weekend? Did you make chili last weekend?
No, I
With
didn't.
it being the weather.
No, we made vegetable beef soup. Soup weather right
You're not
now.
careful that St. Elmo's cocktail sauce in the fridge is going to get taken. You better bring that back to your house,
Be hand severed
or
off.
it's going to make its way back to my house. Tom, we just I don't know if you caught some of that call. Ryan is one of our daily listeners. He's not a fan of what's going on right now, as is the rest of the fan base. They feel that exact same way. How do you feel about this game tonight? Arkansas's favored as a road team. What are your thoughts heading into Baton Rouge later on?
Yeah, I had some jambalaya over the weekend too. And
Nice.
that's really, I love me some jambalaya. I had sausage and shrimp in it. Arkansas's got to be tougher. Bottom line, I mean, they have to get in there and rebound harder. There needs to be a better offensive flow. At least these first three games, which are, as difficult as anybody in the conference faced. I mean, you could have thrown Auburn in there maybe for the Ole Miss game, but I do think Ole Miss is very scrappy. But the offensive flow is lacking. Just the physical toughness. I mean, they've been out rebounded, and LSU is in the same kind of boat. They don't have any superstars, but Arkansas has got to find what the roles are. Like Trevor Brazil's been around a long time. So has Jonas Adu. What are their roles going to be on this team? Do you want Boogie Flan taking 20 shots a game, especially if he's 5 for 20? The answer to that is no. So, there's a lot to work on, but I think if they can get a few more stops per game and just be tougher in the paint, and you heard what John Calipari was talking about after the last game. Guys were going in expecting to get a foul called and then just kind of throwing it up.
Yeah.
When the contact occurred with no shot of the ball going in, and a lot of times it wasn't whistled. As much as I like Adu Thero's driving, there are some games, his physicality, there are some games where he's going to get 3 fouls in 6 or 7 minutes of court time. I want more people on more Razorbacks to be as physical and as aggressive as him, but he's got to be a little bit wary of how a game's being called too.
He leads the SEC in field goal percentage. Hopefully he has another productive game later on tonight. Tom, we were kicking around the idea of lineups, and I know Cal's talked about going bigger. What kind of adjustments do you think we see in the starting lineup tonight, and who he might toss in there to start the game?
That's a great question. And, obviously Nelly was a starter earlier in the year, and because he went 0 for 8 last game, Davis has got to be a key member of this team. And he's been so up and down. I mean, I know the wrist has played into it, but maybe you consider bringing him back in to just shake things up and bring Carter Knox off the bench. Even though I think Knox is, a few inches taller, and maybe what he means by being taller is playing Brazil more minutes, having him in there with Adu more often, and then maybe giving Big Z some time. Big Z's got some improving to do. His ball skills, a lot of times he'll have his hand on a rebound and he won't come away with it. So anyway, I'm going off on different tangents, but I think if there's any lineup changes for the starters, it could be that Davis is back in there.
Yeah, and certainly the way he played in that early spurt against Ole Miss gives you hope. Then you look at the 0 for 8 against Florida, and it makes you scratch your head a little bit. But defensively, I think they're starting to make some strides. But it seems like, Tom, with every step forward on the defensive side that I think you saw against Florida, they regressed a little bit offensively in that game.
No question. The half-court sets just haven't been smooth. A lot of late in the shot clocks and not really having something a set thing they're trying to do. And on defense, there weren't as many just complete breakdown, backdoor things like Ole Miss got on them against Florida, but so much offensive rebounding from Florida. That was in the first half. It was just it felt like Florida was going to keep the ball. 2 or 3 times they got offensive rebounds on multiple times on the same possession. So I think there's been some strides defensively. But to me, it all starts with being able to get more deflections. They're an athletic enough team that the turnover count needs to be higher. And obviously that leads into more open court, more breaks and things like that. And to me, this team is desperately needing more open floor, fast break opportunities.
Well, and particularly at home. And I mean, tonight on the road, that would quieten the crowd that is there at Pete Maravich, the PMAC. But I've said that for the last couple of games, you need to have those transition points, because when Bud Walton is at its best, it's that energy that's built off a fast break dunk, a fast break that kicks out for a three. That's what really gives any home court the edge, but particularly Bud Walton.
Oh, there's no question about it. If you think back over the years, it's when you get a steal and a dunk. It because it's an automatic basket. So yeah, I agree with you. And when you think back to the drive, was it I think Wagner scored to cut it to 3, and you're thinking, oh, Arkansas's got a shot here. I think they scored 7 in a row. Well, what happened on the next possession? I think Florida got an offensive rebound on that one and wound up hitting a 3, and before you know it, it was 10 again. So they've got to defend the home court better. Obviously, that's a conversation for next week. But I think with the LSU and Missouri games coming up this week, they've got an opportunity. I mean, this is not Ole Miss. I mean, I like the way Missouri's playing. Particularly, they play well at home. They've got a 13-game home winning streak. But this is an opportunity for Arkansas to get back in the game.
Tom Murphy with us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Tom, what do you think? Deion Sanders to Dallas? Is it going to happen?
Well, it seems to me, I was doing some reading on that today. Jason Witten, who's coaching the high school team right there in Argyle, in the Metroplex, also is being thought of. So maybe Jerry wants to get what you'd consider a player-friendly guy in there, and Deion would fit that mold. And, it's amazing to think back. I don't know if you guys were hearing it at the time, but in the search that led to Sam Pittman, Deion got interviewed, and we're like, what? Because wasn't he running like the Prime Academy in Dallas at the time? And you're thinking, oh, my gosh, that would be a huge leap. But I guess, his agent, his name, his reputation opened some doors, and he got that interview, and obviously we know what that led to. A lot of hype at Colorado right now with what he's done. But is he ready for the NFL? I don't know the answer to that.
What about Mike McCarthy? You think he ends up in Chicago?
I'm not sure. I mean, I've seen posts where Chicago fans wish him good luck getting the Saints job. I wouldn't mind him getting the Saints job either. I wouldn't say Mike is done. I mean, that team they had in Dallas about 3 years ago that went storming into the playoffs with a great run game and a great offensive line. And I think the Packers, somebody beat them in the playoffs pretty handily. It's like, what happened? Is Dak still a viable product at quarterback? Which, you've invested a ton of money in him. I don't know if Mike McCarthy can lead a, multiple playoff run team again, like he did with the Cowboys. It seems to me like folks are going younger and younger, and the hot coordinators like Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, both, with the Lions are the names right now.
Yeah, Ben Johnson is coveted by, it seems like every NFL team, the way he's been calling plays for Detroit. Yeah. Tom, we'll leave it there, man. Appreciate the stuff this morning. We'll see what happens tonight in Baton Rouge at the PMAC.
Sounds good. See y'all.
I love that quick PMAC. I just think that's a cool basketball gym.
The Bud.
The Bud. Same thing. Just a short and sweet. Arkansas, LSU.
The Palace.
Mid-America.
The Palace. Be glad to get back there next week. All right, Tom Murphy with us on Tuesdays, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. On cattle ranches, calves aren't only raised by their moms, they're also raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians that are committed to giving the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for the cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together we bring more beef. It's What's for Dinner. This is funded by the beef farmers and ranchers and courtesy of beef. It's whatsfordinner.com.
Jordan texted in, he's listening Green Forest this morning. Where is that, by the way?
Green Forest is just west of Harrison, up Burrillville.
Okay. He says, don't start in L.A. Brazil has earned the opportunity to start tonight. You and Clay are just like snap to it. You know exactly where it's at. I don't know if I've
Not
ever asked you a
but-
city or county that you're not at least aware of, like where it's at. That is a talent
It just
of
comes
yours.
with paying attention, you know.
I mean, I pay attention. I think.
Reading the road signs.
I mean, I'm on my phone a lot of the times.
I know. I know. That's the problem. You know?
It can be a problem at times. But he thinks Trevor Brazil will start later on tonight. We'll have to see what happens. Staying within NFL for a sec, we asked Tom a few NFL questions. I got a text in from JD who's going to the Kansas City game this weekend, Kansas City and Houston on Saturday. Who would you rather see in the AFC Championship game? Kansas City and Buffalo or Kansas City and Baltimore? I think it's consensus you want KC in there unless you just hate the Chiefs. But like for an entertainment value, is it Lamarvelous against Mahomes or is it Josh Allen?
Can you go wrong either way?
No, it'd be great. And Lamar's taking a huge step up.
I think I'd rather have
You'd rather have Lamar?
Yeah.
Ravens have, again, not gotten where they wanted to go, and the Chiefs have literally been everyone's Achilles heel in the AFC the way they've won, with the exception of the Bengals a few years back. But you'd rather have Lamar. What about you, Colton? You'd rather see Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson take on Mahomes?
I can't stand the Bills, Ty.
Oh, yeah,
I
you're
would much
Dolphins.
rather. I would
Okay.
much rather see the Ravens win. I really like Lamar Jackson and think that would be better because he's been. I think it's time for him to get one. He's got a lot of MVPs. He's worked really hard. I think he deserves a Super Bowl.
Chris texted in, he says Baltimore. Josh and Harrison would rather see Kansas City and Buffalo, which has been
Buffalo beat them pretty good earlier in the season, I thought.
They had that late touchdown that Allen scored in Buffalo. I would say, like, so you think about who Patrick Mahomes has prevented from winning Super Bowls. Those two are the main ones with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And you think about, like, Michael Jordan in his heyday when he prevented Charles Barkley, when he prevented Karl Malone and John Stockton, Gary Payton, amongst other. Like, those are guys that, hey, if they hadn't run into the best player of all time, then they would have won they would have won an NBA Finals and a championship. Now you look at what's going on with Mahomes, and we only got to see twice against Brady, that AFC Championship game at Arrowhead and the Super Bowl where the Bucs just creamed the Chiefs. But like these guys would win Super Bowls if they weren't running into what I think is going to end up being the best quarterback of all time. As long as Reed stays there, like I don't see how. They've continued to draft well, which Kansas City's not known for, like, just this incredible front office prior to these last few years. But if they continue to do what they do, Tommy, I don't see how the runway stops. I think they keep on going, keep on trucking, to be honest.
Well, and 3 in a row. So, I mean, there's a reason why they're going for history. It's very difficult, and if I was a betting man, I'd probably bet against the Chiefs just simply because. It's very difficult to do what they.
Who do you think the NFC can beat them, or is it an AFC team that knocks them out?
Well, I think the Bills or the Ravens, either one could potentially beat. I mean, you just had all it takes is one bad day. I'm just saying history's not on your side. That doesn't mean they won't do it. It's history, not prophecy, as the old adage goes. But there's something very difficult about doing this. Now, in the past, has been keeping the teams together and keeping the superstars together. They've kind of done that, but. Maybe it's the magic of Taylor Swift. Maybe that's the reason they're going to be able to pull off the three-peat here. So, all right, CJ's Butcher Boy Burger Trivia coming up. We got more to get to. Be sure and download the Hit That Line Now app delivered by Taco Bell. If you haven't done that, be sure and get that in the Apple app or Google Play store and have that on your phone today. Presented by Taco Bell. Hey, we're brought to you by APAC. And right now, if you are thinking about a project, be it a simple driveway, for your home. Maybe you're looking for some help with a construction project, big or small. Maybe you're thinking about adding on at your current business, and you need a complete solution for the construction process. APAC offers all those services, from surveying to the engineering side of it, to helping you figure out all the aggregates that they have in their quarries, from gravel, rock, sand, and the larger rocks to delivering a load of sand to your driveway. Maybe, if you've run out of sand during this recent snowstorm. All of those things are well within the reach with APAC. So we've told you about the great opportunities and the great jobs. We want to tell you about the great products as well. It's all brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, their equal opportunity employers.
SEC update coming up. 3 top 25 matchups tonight in the conference. We'll tell you about those next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Guys, I commend you. You're working at it. Good job. Thank you very much.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Gives it away to Flan, left wing, three-pointer good!
This is The Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Hi, this is Sydney from Ben Guerin. 2025 annual passes are now available at Ben Guerin Golf Course. We offer a variety of plans to meet your budget needs. We have special pricing for juniors, seniors, and military. If you're looking for the best golf value in the River Valley, then look no further than Ben Guerin Golf Course. Book your 2025 tournament outings now. For more information, call the Pro Shop at 646-5301, go to benguerringolf.com, or follow us on Facebook. When you think golf, think Ben Guerin.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermal socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. My favorite sport is hockey. I love the ice, the sliding, and especially the hits, but I don't love those things on our roads. Winter weather is here, so slow down and drive defensively. But if a bad driver gets past your goalie, call me to make a power play against the insurance company. After 13 years of settling car wreck claims, I've got more than a few tricks in my hat. Call 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Join the ESPN Arkansas crew Thursday, January the 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pensacola. This February and March, Choctaw Casino is giving away 2 brand new cars and over $100,000 in cash. Don't miss Chef Rocco DeSpirito, February the 7th and 8th at the next Celebrity Chef Takeover. There's entertainment for everyone at Center Stage. Join us this Thursday, January 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Choctaw Casino in Pensacola. This is how Pensacola plays.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Does your mom post pictures of you on your birthday or to occasionally embarrass, like old pictures of you and Teddy or anything? Because I just got on Facebook and Phil's dad posted a number of pictures. I had no idea Phil had a bowl cut back in the day when he was a kiddo. It's his birthday, by the way.
One thing my mom will do on all of our birthdays, not just mine, but Teddy's and my kids and my wife and everyone in the family, she'll call and she sings happy birthday to you.
Sings it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
So she'll do that. I mean, generally, and she'll always make a post. Generally, there's not a picture in her post, probably because she doesn't have any of those old pictures on her phone.
I just absolutely took one that his dad posted and posted it on Twitter. Phil looks like a stud. It's a college picture. Mr. Elson looks like a stud. So again, make sure in about 30 minutes you slam the text line with Phil Elson happy birthday text. If you want to sing to him like Tommy's mom did, you can absolutely do that as well.
I've got some older somewhere on my phone here. I could find you an old like childhood picture that
of you and Teddy, or just you?
I think me and my mom and Teddy. If I can find it.
Let's go.
Anyway.
All right, SEC update.
Those old embarrassing ones you hope got burnt somewhere.
Yeah, there's a really good picture of Phil, Ty. Like, you weren't kidding. That's professional.
I think
That's
he
next
looks
level.
like
That jawline is really solid.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. Phil Elson, great guy. SEC update wise, the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Minnesota Vikings 27-9. Matthew Stafford, again, it's not all about football, what's going on in California and everything, said, man, I haven't ever experienced anything like this.
Our organization did an unbelievable job of taking care of us players, our families, everybody, getting us to a safe place where we can come and practice here in Arizona. Thanks to the Cardinals for letting us use their place for the week. Man, it's been a crazy one, unlike anything I've ever experienced in my tenure playing in the NFL. And we just know what's going on back home. Felt really motivated to play for the people of this city. You know, it's been a hell of a week, so we're happy to come out with a win.
There was no shot they were going to lose last night with everything going on. And I know the Vikings, that they kind of had that tribute to one of the guys that they, I think it's Kyron Lacey, if I remember his name correctly. And it was kind of an emotional build-up to this Monday Night Football game, which I didn't necessarily expect on a playoff game and a wild card and everything. But they took care of business, and when bad stuff happens in your life, whether it's like a national thing, a family thing, or whatever, I think we oftentimes, at least I do, I look for sports to comfort me in some way, shape, or form. And not that the tragedies going on in California by any means are pushed aside, but I guarantee you there's a lot of people in California that are Rams fans that were just ecstatic that their team won last night.
Yeah, and moving on, divisional round, and that's got to be a tough week. You wonder what the toll is on your week when you have to move operations and where you're going to practice moving forward. It's all kind of in flux. Kind of how do you block all that out? Yeah. That's hard to do.
I guarantee you a lot of a lot of Georgia Bulldogs fans were happy to see their former quarterback get it done last night. Mention this is a great slate of SEC basketball games. Ole Miss against Alabama tonight on ESPNU at 6. Mississippi State at Auburn. I think Mississippi State beats them tonight, to be honest. That's 6 o'clock on the SEC Network. The Jungle, at least and the Jungle's where Auburn plays basketball by numbers-wise, is the best home court advantage in the SEC, even over Budweiser Arena, at least by numbers. And then A&M travels to Kentucky. A Wade Taylor-less A&M Aggies take on Kentucky inside of Rupp Arena. They narrowly lost to Alabama this weekend, so only 3 teams remain. Tommy, at least it will be only 2 or 1 undefeated team after tonight. We'll see what shakes out between Ole Miss and Alabama, and then Mississippi State and Auburn when it comes to conference record.
Auburn would have to lose, and obviously one of the teams is going to lose between Ole Miss and Bama. So you could be down to 1. You're guaranteed at least 1 after tonight. I don't know. Does this go 5 games, 6 games? I'd have to look at all their schedules, but Alabama and Auburn, when they play, that's going to be a heck of a basketball game.
There is. I think that's one of the teams you play twice a year, so there'll be a game in Coleman Coliseum and Tuscaloosa, and then one in the Jungle at Auburn. And the way that Bruce Pearl and Nate Oates have those teams humming right now, hopefully that Janai Broom will be back for those games. All right, that is your SEC update this morning here on a Tuesday.
All right, SEC update brought to you this morning by Arts Barbecue. They're on Rogers Avenue, back at it today after the snow and everything. Great time to get in. Catfish, one of their specialties. When when you think about Arts, I know you think about the burgers and you think about the brisket and the ribs, the baby backs are go-tos. But I'm going to tell you, their catfish, and they got the lunch special, and then they got the dinner special as well that you can get, is incredible. Crispy catfish fillets, and they're not little old curled up pieces that you get someplace sometimes where they want the 3-piece, and you look at it and you're like, wow, not
Some
much
limp catfish, not at Arts.
Not much there. No, you're going to get big, meaty fillets there. Plus, the hush puppies are incredible. Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's. Try the catfish today. It'll make you feel better at Arts on Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Shake up in the Arkansas high school football ranks. Tommy, I don't know if you saw this. Brad Bolding sounds like he's going to be the new North Little Rock head coach, pending board approval. He's won the last 3 championships for the Patriots. And I guess going back.
Well, I guess it's the Arkansas Sports Network, I think, put something out on this last night.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder, leaving Parkview, which has been very successful, but you're right, this is a return home for Coach Bolding. Will his brother go with him? I would assume that would be part of the deal, but not really the news I was expecting there. And there's still other openings, in our neck of the woods. Springdale Harbor, to my knowledge, has not announced a coach. Fort Smith Northside's situation is unfilled. So, I mean, there's still some 7A open positions that I think people are thinking next board meeting or two, we're going to have some news on the direction of those programs.
I know we didn't get to see a Greenwood in Parkview. What was it? Was it called the Tournament of Champions? That when the football teams played each other back in the day?
Yeah.
Different. Wish you could have had that this year because I guess both squads went undefeated.
Yeah, they got rid of that in basketball. It'd be hard to do in football, but they got rid of that because you'd win a state championship and then only one team didn't end their season with a loss. So, I understand that, but there would be some. Those would be some fun matchups if you could just make them happen.
Yeah. So, coaching changes within the high school ranks, NFL wise, Tommy. Do you think McCarthy? I asked Tom that earlier. What do you think? You think McCarthy gets that job? This was Adam Schefter
with the Bears.
Yeah, with the Bears. Here's Schefter talking about that.
Meanwhile, Mike McCarthy is scheduled to interview this week with the Chicago Bears. At some point, they can't schedule it yet due to rules, but he can talk to them as soon as Wednesday, and he will be talking with the Bears.
You think he ends up coaching for another NFC North squad since he was with Green Bay all those years?
He's the devil if you're the Bears. He's someone you're very familiar with.
Apparently,
you've watched a lot of his work. So, yeah.
Looking at Green Bay's OC as well, whose name?
The guy with the Super Bowl ring. I mean, you can trounce him all you want, but this guy's got a resume,
Speaking of trouncing, I referenced this clip earlier, but I want to play it now. I don't know if necessarily trouncing is what Troy Aikman did when it came to talking about, well, it went away actually. Talking about, here it is. All right, him talking about McCarthy and the Cowboys job. Here's Troy Aikman, legendary Dallas Cowboy quarterback, on Monday Night Football.
Well, I thought Mike McCarthy would be the head coach. So this is a bit of a surprise for me today that he's not going to be. And what went into those conversations that Schefter talked about, I'm not exactly sure, but it suggests that there's not a real plan. I mean, and the fact that they haven't had the opportunity to maybe interview a Ben Johnson and some of these others, Aaron Glenn. I think that what Schefter said as far as Kellen Moore being a candidate, that seems logical to me. A guy who has familiarity with the building. He's worked obviously with the Cowboys and with Jerry Jones, and they know each other very well. In fact, when Mike McCarthy got the job, it was told to Mike that Kellen Moore would be the offensive coordinator. So that's how much the Jones family thinks of him. Beyond that, it's hard to imagine. As far as a coveted job, I don't know that that's accurate. I do think the Cowboys are obviously a high-profile team. Whoever is covered or whoever is head coach of that team is.
He goes on a little bit more, but that's kind of. So I just kind of listened to that last night, and I was kind of intrigued by it. But
they're all. First of all, they're all coveted jobs because there's only 32 of them.
That's fair.
But the Cowboys, and I don't disagree with what the Hall of Famer there is saying. Cowboys may not be number one, but Cowboys still a top 5 job in the NFL. I'm asking. I mean, is that? I mean,
I think it's deteriorated,
and it depends on your criteria. Is it the family you're working for? Is it the control you have? I mean, what as a head coaching candidate, what defines what is the better job? Because the Cowboys may be further down the list. All the marketing machine and the marketing arm and the popularity of the star don't help you win football games.
And it fit to I don't think any of us would consider Detroit a great football job, but they've got a great fit in Dan Campbell, and he's figured out from where they were to where they are now. And I think most people would identify him as one of the best coaches in the league. But that job itself is not over the years has not been a great job. So I think it also varies on the candidate that you look at. And some, like you said, might look at it as a great opportunity. Others be like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with it. Because of
we talk about NIL in football, isn't it cap room and not having a bunch of dead cap and things like that that you look at if you're looking at a job, quarterback. Are you comfortable with? Because they're pretty well locked into Dak for a while, aren't they? From a contract standpoint. So, in the open marketplace, Dallas may not be a top 5 job right now. All time, yes. Currently, you're not big on Dak and you want to have more control, it's probably not your place.
Like other example would be Kansas City. As we wrap this conversation up, I don't think a lot of people are saying, man, Arrowhead, Kansas City, great job. But Andy Reid has taken that thing to unreal heights. And when he departs, whenever that is, it will be a great job because Mahomes will still be slinging the football. But if it wasn't him, then I don't think necessarily you have that same perspective and same thought.
And the Hunt family, not as hands-on, it appears, is what you would be dealing with in Dallas.
Yes.
I think that's as nice as you can put it right there. All right, more to get to, including our CJ Butcher Boys trivia. We're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. Winter rates are in effect right now. You can save on your lodging for January, February, and March. Big discounts right now, so it's the perfect time of the year to go. I know it's cold, and you got to bundle up if you're fishing on the White River, but if you're seeing some of the pictures with some of the guides out of Gaston's and some of the other pictures I've seen off the White River, monsters are being caught right now. Some of the biggest fish of the year are caught in January and February. Now is a great time to venture over to Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. That's Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Tim Brando, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. And with the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
TEXASS.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The Paint Store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey everyone, Braden Webb here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. You may remember me from my days playing baseball for the Hogs. Now I'm hitting home runs for AAA Business Systems and enhancing the ways companies do business in our area. If you want to partner with the best office technology provider in Northwest Arkansas, call me today at 479-442-4185. Let's win together and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Are you tired of the same old smelly gym? Then it's time to try something new. Let's Hang Out. The Hangout Fitness and Sports is the River Valley's only multi-sport family-friendly facility with a 24-hour gym and indoor courts for tennis and pickleball. With over 8,000 square feet for the gym alone, it's never overcrowded. The Hangout has certified trainers on staff with group personal training available. If HIIT, bar, yoga, or Pilates is your thing, they have that too. Join today and get January for free with a 3-month commitment. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's Hang Out.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
I think the physicality of the league, teams able to switch a lot of screens and limit them to one shot. They have such length and athleticism. You can't let them get those second opportunities.
That's LSU head basketball coach Matt McMahon on his radio show talking about Arkansas. And again, those opportunities, hopefully Arkansas gets some ones in transition. Tommy, this is the worst turnover team in the SEC, talking about LSU. They turn the ball over more than anyone else in this league. Mm-hmm. So those easy baskets you've been talking about, hopefully they get some of them later on tonight.
Yeah, looking at the Bet Saracen app, Arkansas favored, what'd you say, 2.5 earlier? You know, so I think you said that earlier in the show, 2.5?
Is it 2 or 2.5?
2, okay, 2 or 2.5. It's pulling up now. I don't know. I'm getting the circle on there. So I was hoping you bailed me out.
It was 2 this morning.
Thanks for bailing me out.
It was 2 this morning.
2, all right. We'll go with 2 this morning. Plus, you can get the early lines right now for the divisional round games that'll be up for this weekend with the Bet Saracen app, the player prop bets, and the other live betting that goes on. And, hey, a week from today, we'll be talking about who the national champion is in college football, as the college football playoff championship game is next Monday night. Find all that stuff up there for you as well, with not just the line and the money lines on the game and the over-under, but also the other player prop bets and other live betting that will be available as well. It's all in the Bet Saracen app. Download it now if you don't. It's Arkansas's #1 sports betting app from Bet Saracen.
I'm ready for one of them Butcher Boys.
Yeah, CJ's.
CJ's Butcher Boy. My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
Now, Doug is a big guy. He couldn't even finish all of his, and I finished all mine.
Then he got the number 2, didn't he?
I did too.
Trust me, that is a burger to die for.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
So LSU has had some good basketball teams over the years. You think about Coach Dale Brown, you think about Pistol Pete Maravich, Shaquille O'Neal. They've had some other guys that are maybe a little like names that are traditionally you don't immediately think about with LSU. They have had Glenn Big Baby Davis. Yes, that's another one. Tyrus Thomas, another guy that comes to mind. They've had some success. They had 2 Final Fours under Dale Brown, but they've had one since then. I don't want the coach. I want the year. When is the last time LSU has been to a Final Four?
You don't want to know that John Brady was their coach.
There you go.
Yeah,
Is he still at Arkansas State?
He he hadn't been at Arkansas State.
Okay.
He is, to my knowledge, last I knew, he was doing radio for LSU. He was their color analyst.
When is the last
That was
time?
true a year or two ago. I assume it's still true.
Yeah, it was John Brady.
Yeah.
When did LSU go to that Final Four under John Brady? 877-377-6963. I'll give you a hint. Another SEC team was also in the Final Four that year. 877-377-6963. Anyone that I'm missing basketball-wise for LSU that just kind of comes quick to mind? We rattle out
Ben
4
Simmons.
or 5. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Still remember when...
He's just there a year, right?
Still
How do you not
remember-
win with Ben Simmons?
Well, a lot of
He
NBA
sucks
teams,
now.
a lot of NBA teams have figured that out. I was gonna say who was the LSU coach that was there 25 years, but I felt like that was too easy a question. So I asked this one. We'll see if someone gets it right. Do you know when this is? Do you know when this year was?
I'm not certain on this.
Does the hint
year.
help another SEC team?
I mean, I don't know if the other SEC team helps, but
What if I tell you that the other SEC team was Florida? Does that help at all?
Florida was at 90. Which way? Arkansas was also in the
94s.
94. They were in the same Final Fours. I knew they were in one of them with Arkansas.
Lon Kruger.
Yep.
That was Florida, Arkansas, Duke. Who was the other team? Was it Arizona? Or no, Arizona was the next year, I think. Who was that other team? No, it was Arizona. Because Duke beat Florida and then Arkansas beat Arizona, I guess, to go to that championship. All right, Colton, who have we got to answer the CJH trivia question?
We got Tyler and Hackett on the line.
All right, Tyler, what is the answer? What is the last time that LSU, did we just lose him? Okay. All right. Call back, Tyler. 877.
Maybe he didn't have the answer.
Yeah, maybe he didn't have the answer. 877-377-6963. When is the last time that LSU has made a Final Four? While we're waiting on Tyler to call back or anyone else to win a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy gift card, we'll tell you about CJ's real quick. Keith
I
Wilson.
ate there on Saturday.
Did you? What'd you get?
I was at the Russellville location. Had the number 1, pepper jack, mushrooms, grilled onions.
Okay.
Mayonnaise, pickles. And you can tell the difference now that they're doing the fries and the beef tallow. You can taste the difference in the fries. Hot, crispy, a little extra salt. Perfect.
Did you get a shake there? You don't get shakes.
Not very often, but I did this time.
You did?
Yeah. Had the.
Did I rub off on you?
They were out of cake batter. It was really too much following that meal. I could only do about half of it, but I had the chocolate because chocolate, vanilla, strawberry is what they had. I was really wanting to try the cake batter. Cake batter's what sold me on the idea of getting the shake.
Okay.
They didn't have it.
Well, it's
sold out on it.
It's evidently I asked too hard of a question, Tommy. We've got a couple texts that have been wrong at this point. Do I need to add another hint? What other hint can I add to this? It was the Tyrus Thomas team. You mentioned John Brady as the coach. I'm trying to think of another hint that would help people out. I guess we could just keep the gift card for ourselves in this situation. Again, 877
Never a bad plan.
377-6963. When is the last time that LSU made a Final Four? It's not going to be this year. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I could say last year because you didn't say men's team. So I mean, I guess I would technically be right
with Kim Mulkey Robinson and that team that lost to, I guess, Iowa in that Final Four game. All right,
Hey, we got Tyler back on.
All right, Tyler. Let's make sure we get connected this time. What year was it, man?
Was it 2006?
That was it. 2006, LSU, Florida, 2 SEC representatives that year. I think LSU had a solid team, but they kind of got on a tournament run. Stay holding. We'll get your information.
They were
off air.
best I remember a kind of a surprise Final Four team.
I think you mentioned Glenn Big Baby Davis. I think he was on that team too. Tyrus Thomas is the one I remember. He was outstanding. But yeah, that is our answer to our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question. I always go back and forth, just asking a little more difficult versus the easy ones. That's going to do it for us here on this Tuesday edition of the Morning Rush. Reminder, Arkansas takes on those LSU Tigers tonight, 7:30. Chuck and Z courtside, and then Big C and Matt will have Hog reaction after the game, presented by Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback and Buffington Homes. All from here on out, every single game, we will have Hog reaction just 30 minutes after to give you some thoughts. And, of course, you can always call and text on there as well. Will Jerry Jones hired Deion Sanders as the next head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys? That remains to be seen, but I know that's going to be speculated plenty of times this week. NFL games ahead this weekend, and not just Arkansas, but you've got several good SEC matchups tonight. Appointment television if you are a big basketball fan. Make sure coming up in about 7 minutes or so, you wish our friend Phil Elson a happy birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Phil. For Tommy, Colton, I'm Ty. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, coming up next.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need. Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need. We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, and brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion. Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help. Matt, there's no cure for dad jokes.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baumwalker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs! APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance,